Welcome to the Quotation Collaboration demo. The Quotation Collaboration Mashup is applicable in each environment, where a manufacturer creating assemblies cooperates with subcontractors, and each partner calculates their own part of the work to generate an end price for the assembly. Let us assume that an OEM manufacturer sends a request for a quotation to your company. You have to prepare the work that has to be done, and you discover that some subcontractors also have to make a price for their piece of work. After a while you receive a quotation from them, using which you calculate and determine the quotation price for the OEM manufacturer. The entire process normally takes a week or two. The aim of this application is to reduce the quotation lead time to a few hours by supporting the collaboration process and using parameter-based calculation techniques. We will mention some highlights of the Quotation Collaboration Mashup. It is a cloud application, so it is easy to deploy and easy to scale. More subcontractors can join the application in an easy manner. With the application, a quick price calculation can be made for an assembly, based on a set of parameters that is maintained by the subcontractor. The calculation output is specified according to the should-cost model. This generic approach guarantees an objective comparing of subcontractors. Both operations and materials are supported by the application. To determine the definitive price, the system supports online quotation collaboration between your company and your subcontractors. The three main parts of the application are feeding, calculation and quotation collaboration. The main players in this game are a manufacturer and one or more subcontractors. The subcontractor is responsible for the feeding part and has to maintain his parameters. The manufacturer uses the calculation part. He estimates a price using the subcontractor's parameters. Both make use of the quotation collaboration part to negotiate for the definitive price. The result is a win-win situation: long-term relationships, higher turnover and a cut in administrative costs. In this demo, we will show you the quotation collaboration process between the customer named JLG, that places a request for quotation to the company named Vlastuin. This company uses subcontractor WBM to do part of the work, so sends an RFQ to WBM. WBM makes a price that Vlastuin uses in his quotation to JLG. We will show how the mashup supports all these collaboration steps. To prepare the environment for making calculations, the collaboration admin has to define the operations and the corresponding calculation methodology based on parameters. A maximum of 2 parameters can be defined on the dimensions: line quantity, quantity correction 1, quantity correction 2, setup time, and price. The administrator logs into the system and starts the form to manage the calculation template. First the calculation group is chosen, and then the operation for which he wants to manage the parameters. By zooming to the operation detail lines, he is able to manage the template details. When a company wants to collaborate with a subcontractor within the system, he has to send the subcontractor an invitation. From the form, Add New Business Partner, he defines the name and email and sends an invitation. When the subcontractor accepts this invitation, he is able to fill in the rest of the data. The subcontractor receives an email with a link to a form of the application. The subcontractor can log in from the email and then can view and update his data in the system. Then he accepts the invitation by agreeing to the conditions and clicks the button. An email goes to the collaboration admin, who creates an account and sends the credentials to the subcontractor. The subcontractor logs in and has full access to his data in the application. He chooses the operations for which he has access to and fills in the correct values for his own company. Let us have a look at the quotation process. JLG, a customer of Vlastuin, sends a request for quotation to Vlastuin. JLG wants a price for a specific boom. Vlastuin distinguishes the different steps that should be taken in the manufacturing process, and specifies the raw materials needed. After creating a quotation header, Vlastuin specifies the different operations, and gives in the needed values for the operation parameters. After specifying the needed operations and materials, Vlastuin searches in the database for suppliers who can handle all these specifications. It appears that 3 companies, including Vlastuin, can handle these processes. After making calculations based on the parameters of these subcontractors, it appears that from one subcontractor, the price cannot be determined, because the parameter values do not fall into the range. Vlastuin decides to invite WBM to offer a quotation for this product. On clicking the button, a new quotation for WBM is generated. WBM logs into the system and sees the request for quotation from Vlastuin. He makes a calculation based on his parameters and copies that to the quotations. Then he rounds the price to €500 and confirms the offer to Vlastuin. Vlastuin immediately is aware that the prices are received and zooms to the details of the quotation. He agrees with the price and uses this price for his own quotation to JLG. If he does not agree, Vlastuin could start a collaboration process with the subcontractor for lowering the price. In the short demo, we have showed you the benefits of a cloud application, especially in an environment where collaboration between different parties takes place.